easier than I thought it was gonna be.
You can't stop the tide rising high. No. You can't stop the light in my eyes. Oh no. You can't keep me down. Tell you why. Ain't no stopping sunshine. Ain't no stopping me. Ain't no stopping all the love that sets the people free. Ain't no stopping wisdom from changing people's minds. Ain't no stopping sunshine. Gonna leave the dark behind.
Hey, y'all. Okay, I'm quite nervous. If you can't tell. If you're new to my channel, my name is India. Duh. And if you're not new to my channel, my name is still India. Duh. Now that part didn't change. But I don't even know where to start. I have been with God and God has been with me. Do you hear me? Quick little backstory. I just literally decided I'm gonna walk with God in my life. I'm 26 and I've done it my way for 26 years, and it gets me far, but it can only get me but so far. So I decided a couple of months ago, if I can't include God in it, I don't want it. I do not want it. That's anything. So I decided from that day forward, I'm gonna walk with him. Him first, me second, everything else after. And I stand on that. And I was kind of going back and forth with myself about saying that because, you know, people are very ignorant, ignorant and don't know any better, because people would take how you used to be and then be like, how you talking about God but you do this? Or how you talking about God that you used to do this? And it's just like, because I can, because I am, and because I will. Me choosing to walk with him doesn't change my past. It just helps my future. Choosing to walk with God isn't you dehumanizing yourself. I'm still a human. If you still invite me to the club and the section is free, I'm still going. You know, I still cuss. I'm still a human. But I'm working on the things that I know I can be better at. Don't mind the nail, nah. You know, better at walking with him and doing what he wants me to do compared to what I want to do. And you know, every day I'm getting better. Cause you know how people be like, oh, I've heard people be like, if God can do it for me, he can do it for anybody. When I say if God can change me, he can change any of y'all. Because if you know me personally, or you know, we've been tight throughout the years, or whatever the case may be, or you've been following me since day one of this YouTube, I'm talking about all of the stuff I've done. If he can change me, change my heart, change my mind, change my views, and I can walk with him on the daily, not that fake walk with where I just post, you know, motivational quotes and stuff. I'm talking about, no, every day I'm walking with him. I don't do anything without him. I have Bible study, like I'm in it, like literally. He can change me. He can change anybody. And let's not, I don't want to ever get this confused or twisted. I'm walking with God and God has changed me in some serious ways, but I'm still India. Don't ever forget that. Don't get crazy now. I'm closer to who I was to who I'm trying to be, so don't ever get crazy with it. The reason I stopped making YouTube, and honestly, my last time making a YouTube video was my last time. I felt like it wasn't gonna go anywhere. I felt like the content I was making was put out in vain. I felt like I was wasting my time. I felt like nobody cared. I just felt like all of it. It was just like, I feel underappreciated, like I'm just doing all this for nothing. Like for nothing. And one thing I've learned is the devil cannot do anything physically to you. Okay. The enemy comes to, please, I'm going to rob, steal, and kill, or destroy, something like that. I think destroy. I think it's destroy. And I let the devil rob me purpose. I felt like because it wasn't getting the views or the amount of shares or whatever the case may be, you know, that I shouldn't do this anymore. And he robbed me of it. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how. When I first started doing YouTube by myself, because if you didn't know, I didn't start this by myself originally. But when I did my first video, my very first video, it did numbers. And one thing I've learned is anything that has God in it, it's gonna take some time for it to develop. He's not gonna just give you something right then and there. Anything that's worth having is worth waiting for. But I didn't know that at 22, and I'm 26 now. So because I started out like that, anything after that that wasn't this level, I'm not understanding. It's like, what am I doing this for? It's like, I got all these views and likes and comments and all this the first time, and everything after that is just not doing it. It's because, see, what the devil will do, he will expedite a blessing for you. He would expedite it, and that's what he did. So when he expedited for me in the moment, I'm thinking everything else after that should follow. You know, all the views should follow, and all this shit, I should blow up. You know, I should do all that. And not realizing that it don't work like that. And then when I got to a point, because I am working with patience, being a patient person, when I got to a point and I felt like, you know, nobody cares about what I'm talking about, I'm not doing this anymore. And that's not true. He robbed me of that, and I left it alone. And it's just like, now, because of where I'm at, it's like, I don't care if you view it or not. I don't care. I mean, of course, I mean, duh, I ain't doing this for no idea. I mean, of course I want somebody to watch it. But if 5 people watch this video and one person, it touched them, I did what I was supposed to do. I don't care if 5 people watch it, 15, 500, 5 million. If what I say positively impacts one person, I did my job. So views no longer matter. It's about getting the message. Because who am I? Who am I to gain all this knowledge that God has gave me? All this knowledge I have attained, all these books I'm reading, all this perspective, all this life that your girl goes through. And I just don't tell nobody. It's just like, you could save somebody else. You could save somebody else from going through what you had to go through if you just say it. It's like, God gave you the platform. And here's another thing. I had to realize that He giving me all the things. Like, for example, you want a house. You think Jesus is going to give you the house. He's going to give you everything, all the tools to build it. Now, what you do with it is on you. And I feel like that's why I used to, like, Jesus, I'm not understanding why I ain't got all these followers. Da, 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 da. If you've been with me since day one, you would look like I've been talking about, road to 1,000 subscribers. And when I finally got 1,000 subscribers, I wasn't even on YouTube. You've been talking about 1,000 subscribers for the last 2-3 years, and when you got it, you wasn't even up there. You have I'm talking about you. I have about, I don't know, like $60,000. I wish I said something else. 60,000 followers on TikTok, and you don't utilize it, but you want to be an influencer. Don't keep wasting God's time asking Him to do stuff. He's giving you the tools, and I was like, I'm not using it because I felt like I didn't have a purpose, or what I was saying didn't have a purpose, and that was so wrong with me. For anybody who's wondering what their purpose is, or what am I supposed to do in life, you're already doing it. Everything you're doing goes towards your purpose. Now, this is just part of mine. I don't know what you're doing in your life, but I know this is part of mine. And it's for me too, but I'd rather it be for somebody else than it be for me, because I know what God done for me. I know the stuff that I'm going through. I know the knowledge that I'm gaining, but not everybody is privileged to know the things I know. Everybody's not privileged to go through the same things I go through. Everybody isn't privileged enough to just have a different perspective on life the way I have and lived and changed. I know the best of both worlds, so I don't judge people. I've been the girl that's shaking your ass for tips on OnlyFans, and now I'm the same girl that had Bible study at the crib every Tuesday. Ain't nothing you can't tell me. Ain't no life I can judge. I've seen it all, and I've done it all. Well, I ain't done it all. You know, let's not get crazy. I ain't done it all, but I've done enough. So it's just like, this is a part of my purpose. I don't know what my bigger purpose is down the line, but I know this is my purpose. God, when He gave me this opportunity if he didn't see me fit for it. He wouldn't put it on my heart to be a YouTuber, to be an influencer, if he didn't think I could handle it. But what I think personally is I had to go through it, because outside of a couple of months ago, of course, I knew who God was, I knew who Jesus was. I was one of them children. I was a praise dancer, I was an usher, I was in a choir, I went to church all the time. So this is nothing new. But to know who God is and have a relationship is two totally different things. And now I'm at the age where I have a relationship with him. And before that, on YouTube, I was just doing stuff willy-nilly. God was not in this. I was not walking with him, so he was not in this. And I read something one day, and it stuck with me. It was like, when you don't know the purpose of a thing, abuse is the inevitable. I didn't know the purpose of my voice. I know the purpose of my life. I didn't know the purpose of the things I was learning. I didn't know the purpose of none of that. So, not to say that the content I was giving was like bad content, like no. But I would abuse it by some days I post, some days I won't. I stay on schedule for a week or two, then I won't. I come when I want, I leave when I want. It's like, but when you know it's a purpose behind it, it's not about me anymore. It's about whoever it could touch. It's bigger than me. My purpose is gonna always and forever be bigger than me. And when I realized that, it was like, India, you need to get back to what you was doing. Now you got a clean heart, you got a different type of heart, you got a different type of mind, you got a different type of way of living. You're completely different. You're completely different here. So it's gonna be different. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, just probably before I had to give me a couple of wine. Cause I was nervous. I didn't know what I was gonna say. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't know what I was gonna tell y'all. I didn't know. I had just asked God, Lord, walk with me, talk with me, speak through me, because I don't know what to say. Even Jesus drank wine. Hello. Let's not get crazy. I don't want to do anything that they got his hand on it. I don't want it. Because anything you get outside of his will, you gonna have to stay outside of his will to keep it. And I'm just not with it. I'm not. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Like, this is just where I'm at right now in life, and I don't see me stopping this time. Like, I know beforehand I would come and sometimes go. It wasn't like often, but I didn't know what I was doing. I was just nilly-willy with the stuff. But now I'm just, this is it. This is all I got. This is what I got to give y'all. I can only give y'all what has been given to me. I ain't here to tell y'all what to do. I ain't telling y'all nothing. The only thing I can do is tell you about my life and the things I learned. I'm just here. My purpose here in my brain right now is to give people perspective, to give people knowledge that you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll be good. Just keep going. That's all I want. If you watch my video and you don't get nothing from it, I didn't do my job. Now, granted, I understand. Everybody that watch what I say ain't gonna be felt with anything. I get that. This is bigger than me. I'm doing his work my way. The way he gave it to me to give it to y'all. I'm not gonna change my demeanor. I still cuss. So don't ever think I don't. This is just where I'm at. Like, I'm me. I'm me with him now. And that's the only difference. And, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm back. I know you miss me. And, you know, I just look forward to all the content that's to come, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the great. Yeah, so y'all can catch me here every Sunday. That's something else I learned. Y'all ain't about to get 2-3 videos out of me once a week. That's all I got. That's all I'm doing. No more, no less. Every Sunday, you can catch me here on the couch. It may not be this couch. Some couch somewhere. You can catch me, and, you know, what? I just have been fortunate enough and grateful enough to be where I've been and experience the things I have experienced, and now I'm walking in a new light. But like I said, I'm still India, so don't ever get it twisted. So that's really it. So, you know, make sure you like, you comment, subscribe. And, you know, I think I'm stop saying that because it's just like, man, I don't, whatever. Do what you want to do. Hell, shit. And yeah, I'll see y'all here next Sunday, every Sunday, all day Sunday, and I still look good. That is crazy. It's just like one thing about me, I'm gonna look good, except for when I wake up. Sometimes I look very, you know, cracked out when I wake up sometimes. You know, no wig, little titty out, you know, and out of the shirt. Jesus! Okay, a little ashy. Sometimes, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so that's it. That's all. To the window, to the wall.